Welcome back, everyone. So this is going to be our last video of the entire series. We're going to design the UI page. So for that, we are going to use Materialize CSS. This is a CSS framework, pretty much similar to Bootstrap, but it has different styling. So you can have a look in their official website. So we can see how the components look like. So we have buttons like this. We have like cards and so on. So you can take your time to look how you can use the entire code and as well how to get started. So you do have actually all the information needed what you should insert in our code. So I have already done that part. So you can see here I have all the libraries. There are few links: Materialize JavaScript, Materialize CSS, and as well as some other link in order to use some Google icon font. So these are the first thing that you have to do. I'm gonna put this link in the description below. You can as well look here how to get started here. Okay, you have the same information. Now the second thing, we're gonna create a template. The template which will have all the different section. Okay, so we're gonna have our buttons, input, all the different divs we have placed, summary, temperature, and time zone. So basically, I'm going to create theoretically a table with 2 different columns, 3 different rows, which makes 6 cells. So I can have all this information. So as we have 6 different things here. So let's get started. Let's create our div. So I'm gonna have a div which is going to have a class equal to a row. Okay, the first div is a row. Okay, so I'm gonna create a row. Okay, and now I'm gonna create a form. Okay, form class equal to, and I'm gonna leave it empty because here I'm going to give the size for the form. For now, I'm going to leave it empty, and I will come back later how sizes work here in Materialize CSS. So this is going to be the entire big form inside a row. Okay, so let's put it like this. Okay, and also this one here. So make some space here, and then the form will have 3 different rows. Okay, we're gonna have 3 different rows in our form. So I'm gonna create 3 blocks of div. Okay, div class equal to row. Let's close that. Okay, div. So I'm gonna just copy this part, paste it here, paste it here. Okay, let's put it like this, much more clear. And each different, let's say, row will have individual, let's say, individual divs, because we want 2 cells. Okay, so we're gonna create 2 different div inside, and the first one will have the, for example, the input field, the second one the button. So I'm gonna have here div. I'm gonna create a class, and for now I'm gonna leave it empty and close it. Okay, so for now it will be empty. Later on I will come put the size. So it will have 2 divs. I'm gonna put the 2 divs here, 1 div here, another div. I'm going here, and then another one. Okay, so now we have our template, basically everything that we need. So let's now work on the size. It's like in Bootstrap. So there are 12 equal columns, so which I'm gonna divide by 50%. So I'm gonna have, for example, COL, which stands for column, L stands for large devices. For now, I'm gonna just work for large devices. I'm going to put, instead of 12, I'm gonna put 6. This is the size of my form. The entire form is going to take 50%. But my individual cell in each row will have 50% of this entire size. So I'm gonna have here col column and 3, so which will apply for every other class that I have. So in here and in here, also in here, and also in here. Now the first thing is the class that we have here is an input field. So I'm gonna say input. This is a class that we have, specific input field. And also I forgot to put the size, which is going to be called N3. I'm gonna give the same thing here, okay? Because I wanna have the same type of styling. So I'm gonna put, even though it's not a input field, I'm gonna keep it as an input field here. Okay, so now what we are going to do is just drag and drop the code that we have here. The first one is going to be the input field. So I'm going to take this one, put it right here. Okay, somehow I deleted, so I'm going to just rewrite it. So it's going to be input type equal to text, and I'm gonna have, let's say, placeholder. So it's kind of text that we can have in our input field. I'm gonna put here example by, what else we want to have, I'm gonna have an ID which is equal to city. Okay, and basically that's it. So that's all we need. And here I'm gonna close the input. I'm gonna have another div as well, which is going to be a label. So I'm gonna have a small text just above our input field. So I'm gonna do, because for city, for city, I'm gonna have the following label: enter any city. Just let's go close our label. Great. So we have done our first part. Let's move on to the second one, where I would like to have my button. So I'm gonna just take this one, delete it here, just drop it here, and we're gonna apply the styling of the button. So you could actually search here the button you want. For example, you can go here under button, you have different styling, and I guess I'm gonna use the following one. I'm just going to take this one here, and yeah, so I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, that's it. So we have done in here, instead of having a search text, I'm gonna have an icon. Okay, so you can actually click on icon, look for it, but I have already somewhere here, so I'm going to directly use that. Take that part, okay, and then I'm gonna have it in here. Okay, it's done. We're gonna have an icon instead of having search, and that's it. So we have done for our first part for input field, and as well for the button. Now we're gonna do for the remaining part of the code, which is what we should have in each different cells for the second row and the third row. So here I'm gonna have, first thing, the city with the country. The second one, I'm gonna have, let's say, those summary. I guess I want to have the time zone. Okay, I'll delete here time zone. Here I'm gonna have temporary, no, I'm gonna have the summary, and last I'm gonna have the time zone. Delete this, just put it here. Okay, we have done pretty much, and then I'm gonna delete this one, and you have to make sure that everything goes entire this div, which is the most important one. So that's where I'm gonna say to AngularJS, you should apply everything inside this div. So I'm gonna put this one here, delete this part, and bring this a little bit up. So we have done with our code. It's pretty we have written everything that we need. So let's save it and look the result. Okay, so right click, open in incognito window. See, we should have a kind of good looking page. Okay, so we do have now the button we want, the placeholder, enter any city, the text, the label. So if I select Prague, I can just click on search. It should bring me back some result. It's not bringing the result that I want. That is because I'm gonna just go back here. I forgot to put in this input ng model equal to location. Okay, most important part. Great, so now I should have the proper result. Great, let's refresh. Let's see if it's going to give us, or I should. Okay, great. I do have the city and the country, and also the time zone, the how to say, the most cloudy, the summary of the day, and as well the temperature. Okay, great. We have pretty much done. We can add one more thing, which is the degree in Fahrenheit. So let me just take the we have to create somehow, go back here in our UI script, and then we have to create a variable called $scope degree equal to the small Celsius sign. Let's type Celsius in here, symbol. So let me just copy this one, put it right here, and then capital F. Okay, this is what we want. Great, and I'm going to save this one here, and in my UI page I'm going to write here, type the expression, degree. So it's done. So let's look at the result now. So let's put Prague and see what's going on. I don't have the degree. Okay, degree. Okay, I'm going to load the page once more. Okay, opening incognito windows. Let's put Chennai. Let's see what's going on for Chennai. And now I have the Fahrenheit, so the F letter. So we are getting the result. It's proper. It's good. We have done pretty much good in order to build this simple single web page application. We could do a lot of more things here. We can actually work on, for example, how to have autocomplete field here. So that can be one idea. I can change here, for example, I can make the F letter as a clickable, so I can click on it so it can change to Celsius and vice versa. And we can actually collect the data, insert into a table, and then make a graph out of that. So we could do a lot of different things. We can bring icon, I guess, this kind of thing. I guess these are going to be my upcoming videos. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.